Hey, morning, folks. Welcome to the briefing on Wednesday the 4th. A little bit overcast out there. You'll see on the sat pic that won't be there for very long. And this is the midday predicted chart. They painted a trough line in there. There's no evidence of it at the moment. It might just be a line of instability, a build up during the day. Other forecast models don't really show much in the way of shower activity in the centre of the country, perhaps some along the coast and certainly some along Yorkshire, Cumbria area later in the day and into Scotland, but centre of the country, nothing at all. So not entirely sure why this feature is all the way down the country. But what you can also see here, spacing on the isobars, wind is very, very light. I think there's a general southerly flow over us and variable across here. Possible light easterly at ground level this afternoon. But I think that's just according to the TAFs. My interpretation of the other data is it will be a southerly flow. So TAFs themselves, they're all picking up shower activity. So Farnborough suggesting 0805 knots, Pew at 3,000 feet. And then visibility just a bit reduced first thing this morning, but they're giving prob 30 between sort of 12 and 4 of showers and rain. Yeah, there is a possibility down here, I think, and more towards the south coast. Gatwick, very similar. Heathrow, not giving any showers at all. Again, they're all showing light easterly drift, southeasterly there, more of a southerly, I think. The upper winds, well, it's just variable over us. I think here and then across the centre of the country at flying heights, 5 knots probably, southerly drift, not much. I think you'll hardly notice the drift at all. So nothing much to worry about there. Sat pics, just picking up on this wodge of cloud that's over us at the moment. You can see the sort of mid-level stuff. It's thinning out and it's shrinking fairly quickly. It shows both on the visual and the infrared. Here, I don't think it'll be here too long. Probably by 10:30 it'll start to break up and we'll start to see some cumulus. Temperature wise, it should go up to about 22 degrees today, and it might be a slightly slower rise for us under this cloud to start off with, but I think once that burns away over the centre of the country and into East Anglia, yeah, 22 degrees. And that's the numbers I've been sort of playing with today. Just have a look at what's going on. There is some instability about. Just a quick look at the rainfall radar shows. It's just drifting and wandering across the channel. It's quite heavy rain across northern France. But over us, nothing in the centre of the country and no sign of the trough line or any instability there this morning. Soundings, this is us at 1 o'clock. So probably above Lasham, 3,500 feet by 1 o'clock with 20 degrees. Cloud tops, 12 to 14,000 feet. It's quite unstable up through here. And then as the afternoon goes on, still reasonably unstable up through here. As you can see, more chance of an isolated shower down around us, I suspect, as the cloud tops are going up 15, 16,000 feet. Further north, Bicester, Buckingham area, by mid to late afternoon, potential for cloud base around 5 to 5,500 feet above sea level. Cloud tops about 7. It's still unstable beyond that, so you couldn't rule out a shower, isolated one around there, but definitely looks better in the middle of the country, higher cloud base. slightly higher temperature, I suspect. And the actual ascent, quick look at Lark Hill, give you an idea that it's going to require about 17 to 18 degrees to break the inversion and get reasonable mixing. 11 o'clock onwards, I would have thought. There's a reasonable inversion here, which will keep a lid on things, I think, for most of the day. But you can see beyond that, it is still unstable. So, yeah, not a perfect sounding, but a reasonable one. Top Meteo, using the same sort of data, really, they're suggesting it getting going by 11 to 11:30, maybe 12 o'clock, up to 3,000 feet around Lasham, a little bit higher into East Anglia at that time of day, and then just play it forward a few hours. And by sort of 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, showing some signs of possible shower activity down on the coast. Yeah, sort of convergence, perhaps. They're showing cloud base or thermals going up to 1,400 meters around here, but in the Oxford, Cambridge area or around there, 1,800 meters. You can see a little bit more shower activity up towards the north, into Yorkshire and beyond there, but seems to be the best area up into the Midlands and East Anglia. Cloud amounts. Again, they're not suggesting it's getting going till gone 11. That's the sort of stuff that's dissipated. It's over us now. That's going to dissipate a bit later. And then cumulus, 3 to 4 eighths most of the day. Chances spread out. They're talking about in 1 or 2 places, perhaps down to the south of us, but to the north by 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 to 4 eighths Q, all in this area here. So up to Husbos, Cambridgeshire area should be quite reasonable, and that's their suggested task area. So a task along the lines of Oxford out into Cambridgeshire, back via somewhere around Oxford or further west than there. So should be good for 400 to 500k today, folks, for the bigger gliders. So yeah, very good day. But it might take a bit of time to get going because we're under this cloud that's going to keep the temperature down just for a little bit. Airspace wise, not a lot. Keevil temporary danger area, still sat there. Ends this week, end of this week?
Very soon.
Yeah, very soon. Thank goodness. So it ends fairly shortly, but it's active from 10 o'clock till 5:30 tonight. And the only other thing that's out around the Cambridgeshire area, there's an air display at Duxford between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock today. Lots of hang gliding and paragliding notified in all different parts of the country, but you can see it's all fairly quiet in that area. Operationally, we're going to go down the slight slope to the west. So we're going to go on 2.7 to start off with, launch the grid in that direction. And then as the day goes on, we'll take a view on what the wind is actually doing. I'm hoping it will just remain southerly and we won't have to change runs. But if you're a cross-country pilot, give us a call when you're coming back, just in case we've swapped onto 09. No jet movements, none forecast for the rest of the week.
No.
It's all quiet on the 2E front, and the runway repairs are all complete. So normal operation on the runway, folks. Looks good. Let's get the kit out. I think everything is booked today, I suspect. So get everything out of the hangar and we'll go and enjoy the flying and see you out there.